Hello everyone. This is just a basic video to show you how to use the library resources at CTC. So first what I want you to do is, and you can follow along with me if you want, click on CTC Library. This next screen will pop up. Then you'll see a section that's called Databases. Click on that and this section will come up. And you'll notice that there are a ton of databases that CTC subscribes to. In the information about your research paper, I mentioned JSTOR. However, I do not see JSTOR on here. I do see Literary Criticism Online. So I want you to go ahead and click on that. Let's say you decided to write on Emerson versus Douglas. So let's go ahead and put and see what we can come up with. Okay, so there's a few critical essays. Well, this is actually Ralph Ellison. Oh, Frederick Douglass right here. So you'll see various essays that focus on one or both of these authors. And so you can kind of go through here and see if there's anything that's worthwhile to you. Let's go ahead and switch it. Ooh, life. And see that there are a few sources that just focus on Frederick Douglass's work as well. Let's say you're writing on Irving. So you're writing on Irving. Let's do Washington. And see what we come up with. Okay, so you do have some critical essays that are focused on Washington Irving's work. Let's say you're doing Anne Bradstreet. And I'm just going to put Puritan. Okay. So you still see some critical essays based on Anne Bradstreet as well. You're going to find some sources. The biggest issue will probably be narrowing down those sources. Let's go ahead and see if there's any other sources. This looks kind of useful, the Literature Resource Center, and as that's pulling up, let's see if there's anything else that might be useful here. I'm going to pull up because I did see something. There's Academic Search Complete, that's useful. And let's see. EBSCO Literary Reference Center, that's useful. Gale Literary Sources, that's useful. So you do have a number of sources that you can go to. And I haven't looked at literature collections. You might find that useful. Okay? So basically with most of these, this one, you would have to log in, and I believe you have to, let's see if we can just log in through your library resource or institution. Okay, so you might have to, I'm not sure exactly if this will work that well, but you'll have to play with it on your own. But that might be useful for you if you can log in. I don't want to log in now because I'll waste some time, but you might want to try that one. This one, it's Gale Literary Sources. This one might be useful, but this one might be more useful for primary sources, not necessarily research. This one will be useful for research. This is, let's see, the Literary Resource Center. You'll be able to find some of the authors. You might be able to find some research in the research guide. So that one's pretty useful. And also, let me go here. An EBSCOhost is a very useful source. What you would do is you click on full text, scholarly, and let's go ahead and put, I'll just do Rip Van Winkle, why not? Okay, clearly someone's been doing it. All right, so there's a source. I don't know if this would be useful for an essay, but pull this up and you can you can obtain the PDF, the full text through your left. You can get citations by clicking on Cite and then scrolling down. And all you have to do is cut and paste the citation directly into your essay. That's a nice feature about EBSCO. So that is a useful source for this essay. I do think that the literature Criticism 1 will find more sources. Let me pull up one to see if you can actually use a cite feature with that too. I don't think so, though. I think you would have to, oh, well, here we go. Yes, it has a cite feature too, so there's really no excuse for not citing correctly, okay? Now let's look at this one. This one, the Literature Resource Center, looks like it's mainly primary sources, so that might not be as useful. But this Literature Criticism Online, EBSCO, is highly useful. Let me do a quick advanced search for that. Let's see what we can get. Let's see if there's anything useful here. Oh, yes, you can get scholarly and peer-reviewed journals here too. Excellent. So let's pull up a, well, there you go. Washington Irving, The Mighty Daughter. Well, you're not reading Little Dorrit, but, and look right here. Another citation, okay? So you can cut and paste this into your essay. This has criticism. I don't even know, this might be the same. Yeah, I might be pulling up the same sources as the other one, but that's all right. There are plenty of sources to find online. You just have to go through the A through Z list and look at the ones that I pulled up. Literature collections and EBSCO are two of your best bets. There are other ones that say, like the EBSCO Literary Reference Center might be useful as well. So there's no excuses. There are sources online, but I want to show you something else too. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go to Google. So let's go to Google Scholar and let me do a quick search for, let's say, and I'm going to do PDF. The reason why I added PDF in there is because when you add the term PDF into the search term, generally you'll find more scholarly sources. So let's pull this up, and this might be useful. That's a book. No. Problem with Google Scholar is that you don't usually get the full website, but let's see what this one is. Ah, there you go. So at least there's something there, and you can download the PDF possibly if you have, let's see. This is the problem with Google Scholar, is that it is harder to find sources. So, but sometimes when you add the PDF, it does bring you sources, but it looks like you're not getting the best source list as you would if you went into the library. But that would be my suggestion. Let's do contemplations, and let's add PDF and see if we can find scholarly sources on that. Here we go. Now, again, you have to, you can get the first part of it, but you're not going to get the full PDF. Let's try one more. Yep. So my advice would be use Google Scholar sparingly. You're not going to find a good amount of full scholarly sources. You might be able to get the abstracts, but for the best sources, I would say go to the library and use the databases that I showed you, okay? If you have any questions, please let me know. I want to help you, but I can't help you unless you tell me what questions or concerns you have. So let me know, and I'm looking forward to reading your essays next week. Have a great week, everyone.